Fall fashion is here, and it's that one time of the year where dressing well is literally free XP. The weather's on your side, so instead of doom scrolling to figure out what's in, let me break down for you my personal big 3 trends for fall 2025. Because ranked TikTok fashion is literally a scam, straight up. Like, bro, stop chasing micro trends. Instead, I'm giving you the whole layout of the map. Think of it like a UAV in COD. You can see the entire map and choose where you want to drop. And the way I see it, fall fits are like the 3 starter Pokemon, except you don't gotta pick just one. You know, it's more of a rotation. You can choose which one you want to go with depending on the quest that you're on that day. So starter fit number 1, boom, we got normal core with a desert kind of rusty texture pack. This is your Charmander. You see, it's basically a normal fit, but with like a little extra sauce, you know, a little, think, you know, 1 to 2 rips on jeans, the 3/4 pants, or like super long jorts, the capri look, a light waffle knit thermal, a light zip up hoodie, but big emphasis on the lightweight. It should feel
comfy. Keep it 1 to 2 layers max. I don't want to see you sweating trying to push winter swag when it's still not that cold yet.
Definitely not the essential hoodie type of vibe. That's too clashing, because the thing is, essential hoodies are a lot more polished.
No child left behind.
It's like you wouldn't wear them with ripped jeans or a distressed type outfit. It's more of a classy, sportier, you know, sweatpantsy type of look. Well, this Charmander archetype is supposed to look raw, supposed to look, I don't want to say authentic, but like it's supposed to have that grunge to it, you know, that grit. Think Aaron Paul swag, or those old photos of celebrities just walking down the street, and it kind of has a vintagey feel.
A lot of these pics are old and not taken on an iPhone, which is what gives it that vintage look. To emulate this IRL with your fit, wear more denim and earth tones, and wear in your clothes more. Also wear less polyester and nylon.
For shoes, slim sneakers or boots, both will work. Just don't bring flip-flops into the fall. Real talk, bro, I don't know what was good with that trend this summer. I'm not gonna lie, I swear that trend was performative. Like, none of these guys were actual real flip-flop guys, bro, because there's only 2 types of real flip-flop guys. You got your middle-aged white suburban dads and Asians. That's the culture. You gotta respect it. I don't want to say you gotta know your lane, but like, my culture is not your costume, if you know what I'm saying. But the biggest thing I want to point out about this Charmander style is that it kind of gets a little more bonus points for the grittier that it looks. Like, you know, that's why I'm saying that the desert rust type of texture pack. Or you know how people say that when your mom hates her fit, that means it's kind of fire. It's kind of like that, you know, that like slightly homeless but still looks good type of vibe. Also for the Charmander, it's low-key kind of less about your fit and it's a little more plays into more of how you look, because it's lightweight, there's less clothing, so the way that you actually pull it off is
by being healthy and in shape.
Now, starter fit number 2, boom, we got the comfy posh archetype. This is your Bulbasaur. Now, the best way I describe this is formal streetwear, but 1 to 2 notches above it or below it. It's those pleated trousers, those type 2 denim jackets, but then also those, you know, the baggy sweats, styled classy, maybe a long coat or something, you know, just like a classier, Socratic type of look. Socratic, is that crazy to say? Socratic type of look, aristocrat type of look. And with that hoodie example earlier, I would say that this is where the essential hoodie belongs. That kind of leans more into the comfy side than the posh side of this Bulbasaur archetype, but you know, it still looks nice. So if you're trying to dress like you got your life together, Bulbasaur is the move. It's that gentleman's pick, perfect for a first date. You know, maybe you matched on Hinge and you're like, oh, you're trying to show her that you got it like that. You pull up in something like this, and all of a sudden you look like those guys who, you know, have some 6-figure mystery online job that no one actually knows what they do. Oh yeah, I'm just a creative director. Oh yeah, I just work from home. I'm a chief marketing consultant at I will say these types of guys are always rocking those fat Prada sunglasses or those orange tinted, oh my, at the coffee shop. You know, they're wearing those loose button-up blue pinstripe shirts. Oh, and they got their MacBook Pros on the little coffee shop. They're sipping their matcha or whatever. But that's just a little subgenre of the Bulbasaur archetype. Like, it doesn't always got to be that douchey. The Bulbasaurs aren't always like that. The point is, Bulbasaur, comfy posh, still look put together, but also you're cozy. It's the classiest of the 3 types, and I'd say probably the most expensive, but simplest to pull off. Because for this, you're wearing higher quality pieces, cotton, wool, you know, it's more heavier than that Charmander style. But because it's so simple, you can get away with wearing it every single day, you know? You don't gotta worry about being an outfit repeater because you're just wearing a simple pants and a sweater. I'd say the Bulbasaur is like the well-rounded character type. Like, it's not too hard to pull off. Always looks good, can play any role, offense and defense. You know, you could pop out with this style for school, but then also for date night. So I definitely recommend this one in the arsenal for fall. And speaking of what y'all need in your arsenal for this fall, if you guys rock with how I break down swag, art, all that good stuff, you'll love my free guild newsletter. I send out these free legendary loot scrolls that got majestic music, cool art stuff, and me yapping with a little wisdom on the side. Also, the weaponized 115 belts are available now if y'all want to check it out. Join for free, the links in the description. Now, starter fit number 3. Boom. We got Grandpa Core. This is your Squirtle. Grandpa Core is a staple for fall. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is a staple. It's like the pumpkin spice latte, but for fits, if that makes sense. I don't be drinking pumpkin spice lattes, but it's a staple, and I love this because it's light outerwear season. Windbreakers, grandpa sweaters, hiking boots, loafers. This is like the holiday season. Something about 'tis the season just gets you into that vibe. And in a way, this Squirtle style is a combination of the previous 2 Pokemon types. If you think about it, this is really the type of swag that you build the best lore in, bro. Oh, the best lore. I would say play around with it, embrace that, you know, grandpa carefree energy. I'd say we're still majoring in cotton most of the time because fall is not cold enough to where you need to go too crazy wool, but you're mostly minoring in those nylon poly weatherproof jackets. I don't recommend spending too much money on these jackets. You know, you do gotta do what you gotta do, but like nylon and poly is like that fake material. So don't invest all your skill points into over developing that skill tree, because for this vibe, it's cozy but not heavy. You know, it's cozier than Charmander, maybe not as cozy as Bulbasaur, but it's also lighter than Bulbasaur. Bro, something about this Grandpa Core Squirtle style, I don't know what it is, but it makes you look approachable. For example, when this used to be my main class that I would kind of one-trick pony back in the day, like, you know, just grandpa sweater, blue jeans or whatever. I used to be at the grocery store and I'd get so many, oh, I like your sweater. And you, bro, you know from that, it's GG right there. I think the reason is because with this style, you look put together, but also fun. It's not as serious or intimidating as the Bulbasaur style, but it's also not as homeless looking as the Charmander style. Like, you still look put together. But anyways, here's where it gets fun. You see, just like in Pokemon, you don't gotta stick to just one type. You can evolve each of these into combos. Think of it like, you know, the color wheel. You got your primary colors and then your secondary colors. Primary colors, starter 3 Pokemon. Secondary colors, the evolutions around it. For example, the normal core Rust texture pack plus Comfy Posh is kind of a rugged but refined look. Then Comfy Posh plus Grandpa Core is like a sophisticated electric cozy type of vibe. And then Grandpa Core plus normal rustic would be, I guess, like a vintage outdoorsy grungy. You can mix and match them and basically paint any look for fall. That's why I'm saying you don't need the micro trends. If you focus on the big 3, then evolve the entire map. Bro, you got all your bases covered. You're chilling. You look good. You're not copying that basic TikTok style. I mean, you know, there are some overlapping layers of it, but it's not, you're not gonna be a fashion MF NPC, if you know what I'm saying. So that's my fall 2025 starter lineup, and I recommend just cycling these in for wherever you guys are dropping. Let me know what y'all are gonna wear this fall. Join the free guild newsletter. Check out the belts if y'all want, and if you want to watch my video on how to be 100 times more interesting, click the video here.